Okay, so you want to pass the FTMO challenge, do you? You want to get funded, do you? And you want to get those massive payouts and withdrawals, do you? Well, then you've come to the right place, because in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And I'm going to be using a strategy that I've been showing for a long time and that I've been using for a long time. And it's a variation that I've created from the ICT Silver Bullet. So in this video, I'm going to do a test where I will select a date, which will essentially be the start point of my FTMO phase 1. If it goes according to plan and we can get that passed fairly quickly, then I'll go to phase 2. But if it's a longer video that takes longer to pass phase 1, then I will leave it there and I will potentially do another video where we talk about phase 2. But the thing is, I actually have other data points for this exact strategy, 2 in fact, because I started filming this video yesterday, completed the whole thing, did a full data set, and actually got, I think it was like a 72% win rate for about 11 trades, passing the FTMO challenge. I think it was in about maybe like 2.5 weeks. And then for my last video I did where I was talking about the Silver Bullet Strategy and ICT and how you can quit your job in 90 days. In that video, again, I was talking about the use of FTMO or a prop firm to get to that point. And I did another test talking about this strategy, doing a back test and actually passing it in 4 trades. So I've now done 2 different date sets where I have essentially passed the FTMO challenge. So now, because yesterday's video, I lost the screen recording because of a power cut that I had, so I'm having to do it again. But the cool thing is I have that data. So I'm now gonna have a 3rd data set, which definitely, if this passes as well, that's 3 from 3. And I think that is also more proof that this works. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail about the strategy itself because I've done that so many times. And if you want to see how the strategy works, exactly how I trade the strategy, go back, have a look, find that video talking about how you can quit your job in 90 days. In that video, I actually explain the strategy in more detail. I will kind of briefly go over it in today's video, but I don't want to waste too much time. So with that being said, let me just quickly show you something here, guys. This was yesterday's trade. You can see exact setup, everything I do exactly the same. This would have yielded a 1.89. I got my break even or my risk-free trade very quickly, and I'm going to talk about my trade management, how I go risk-free. Okay, so first of all, we have to pick a date. Now I do this because I don't want people questioning that I'm picking dates that suit the strategy. Okay, I'm randomly picking a date. I've done that for the past 2 data sets as well. So the start date is, I'm not going to go too far back. So I'm going to go back to like beginning of July, just because a lot of people say they don't want data that's too old, and then I'll go to today's date as well. I'm going to choose 2 dates just in case one falls within the day period that I've already traded. So let's go random. You guys can see this picked it completely randomly, 20th of October. So this actually is too late, but the 6th of June works. So the 6th of June until the 6th of August, that's going to be my data set. So if I now go back to my FX replay, my backtest tool, you can see this was the one I did for the video that now I cannot use. And I did from the 21st of August till the 30th of September. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and this was the other one, FTMO challenge, this one went from the 18th of September till the 19th of October. So you can see each of these data sets are different starting points, so I can't be told that I'm using the same time data set that I've already tested. I've not tested this before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now create a new session based on that date we've just randomly picked. So I don't want anyone questioning me. The point is of this video, the point of this video is to give you guys something you can trade, and I don't want you guys to lose. So I'm not going to cherry pick my trades. I want this to be legit as possible, and I want you guys to see that this does work. Now, I'm not saying that you will never ever fail a challenge. I have never gone through a test where I have, but what I'm saying is if you are risking $500 to take a $100,000 account, even if you took that 2 or 3 times to actually get to a funded account and get a payout, you've essentially still made your money back, right? So I think it's the reward is there all the time. So what was the date? Let me just quickly check that date picker. Okay, so the 6th of June. Okay, so this says 2024. I've got the wrong dates, but we'll stick to that because it did randomly pick it. So the 6th of June is what we're going to do. Let me just check what the date is. The 6th is mid. So I'll actually start that beginning of that week, because I would normally start on a Monday, and then the time will obviously be, let's go to, because it'd be 9:30 that I actually start looking at the chart. So we'll go to there, and then we are going to go a month. So June to July. I'll go to about the 15th of July. So I thought it was July to August, but it's June to July. Okay, that's fine. That works. It's not too far back in time that, you know, it's going to be, people are going to say it's not fresh data. I'm not going to select a thing there. So again, I'm going to say FTM challenge 1, and then I'll be silver bullet. Okay, so let's do that. And let's save that, and then we can go in and start trading. And I also want to talk about the indicator you guys can use, because the problem with the indicator I'm using on FX Replay is it is FX Replay's own indicator, and this is actually not available from what I've seen on TradingView. I've actually sent these guys an email and asked them to please make it available to their customers, because, you know, if we're testing something, why would they not make it available on TradingView? But what I have done is I found a couple different indicators that you can use that are very similar to this. So before we start, let me just give you guys those. So you can use this one right over here. It's called Liquidity Swings by Lux Algo. Let me just turn this one off. And essentially this gives you like these liquidity areas. So it's not just a line, it's kind of like a full area. It's normally the wicks as well. So it gives you a whole area where there should be some kind of liquidity. So you can use that. I would use the line that they draw. And then the other one is, let me just minimize this or take this off. This one is Liquidity Levels by Sonar Lab. And this one you can see just gives you clean liquidity lines, okay? And I think they go like a lighter color when they've actually been hit. All right, so you can see when they've been hit. So you can have them both on, have one of them on. You can see they're pretty much drawing up the same lines, which is a good thing. They're kind of marking up the same area. So it's kind of confirmation that those are strong liquidity draw points. So you can use those guys instead of the one I'm using, because you won't find this, but they are the same thing essentially. So I basically will go to the chart every day at 9:30. I'll look for where my liquidity levels are, and then I'll just wait for those to be broken. And as soon as one of those is broken, I switch down to the 1 minute, and that's where I look for my entry. My entry will only be between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. New York time, guys. So you have to be on this UTC -4, very important. So step number 1, I'm just looking for or waiting for a liquidity sweep, okay? So let's play this through. All right, so let's go through, guys. Let's see what we have. So first setup, first trade, let's see. Okay, massive draw to the top side. That is news related. So whenever it's news doing this, always be a little bit worried. Just keep an eye, because now essentially, so once we've had that break or that sweep of liquidity, I switch to the 1 minute, and I'll only take my trade between 10 and 11. So we're now within that window, and now I wait for a change of character, guys. So my change of character is all the way down here, okay? I need to have so I've got a higher high there, a lower low. I've pushed up to a higher high. So I have to have a higher low broken after a higher high, okay? So it has to be some kind of structure like this. Higher high, then I need a break. That for me, and then I'm looking for a fair value gap somewhere here, and then we push down. So that's the structure I'm looking for. But like I said, if you want to get this more detail, go back to any of the Silver Bullet videos that I've done. So now we're just waiting for that change of character. Okay, so now we essentially have moved up because we had that low. So this works here. We've got this. So we had a high point, we had a low, and then we had a new high point. So that now we need this to be broken. Okay, so let's just keep watching. Gotta just be a little bit more wary with price though, because that's not a break. I need it to be a body, okay? So this is still the low point I need broken. If we now break the high, we essentially will have a new, okay, there we go. We now have a break, and I am going to look at this fair value gap right over here. and then I'm going to go all the way to the top just for safety. And then we can push down to like, I think the top of these. You could go to the liquidity, but I'm just going to look for that. I mean, that's a 125. And now I'm going to talk you through the actual risk management and the trade management. So the risk management is place order, you go 2%. You might think, wow, that's very high, but I'm essentially only ever trading one trade a day, so it doesn't matter. The max, because if you think about it, I'm risking 0.5 and I take 4 trades, you're still risking 2%, right? Lose all of them, that's still 2%. So I'm only taking one trade a day. Sometimes I won't even trade in a day if the setup's not there. So I've got 2%, and now I'll show you how I manage that. All right, we've tapped in. So as soon as we're in the trade, guys, I just get an idea of where 0.75 to 1 is, okay? And I'll be closing 75% of my position at that point. So let's wait until we get past that. If we do, let's hope we do. All right, there we go. Okay, I went a little bit longer. I'm gonna close that, and I'd close 75%. And now I basically just let my trade run to the profit target. So I can essentially go to these liquidity. I think I'm going to push it till this fair value gap over there. Yeah, let's just go to that just because it's the first trade. Let's just get settled in. Let's see if we can hit our target there. Dancing around. Okay, there we go, guys. Out the trade, and we are already on 103,166. First trade. Boom, let's go. All right, let's go to the next setup. So we now go to SB New York. So I've set this up that this will always take me to 9:30, which is when I start looking at the charts. Okay, every day 9:30 New York time, I'll sit in front of the charts and I'll wait for a liquidity sweep, and then I will trade between the 10-11. That's just it, simple as that, guys. If you watched my last video about psychology, I talked about how you've got to have your rules as simple as possible. All right, so we're waiting for a sweep of either of these now, guys. So we've got a new buy side there. This does work, you know, if you're looking at the overall push down, we have got a down move. And if we were to look at this move down here, I'd like to see price come up above the 50%, which it just has, and then have a push down. So this kind of works within the overall. You don't have to look at that. It's just something that you can do as an extra confluence. So we did break that now, and now we switch to the 1 minute and we wait for a change of character. So I'm going to be looking at this right there to be broken, and then I have my structure. There we go, perfect. And the only thing I have is this one here. The only fair value gap I have, and then I'm just going to be pushing down to that sell side liquidity. Okay, we place our order again, a 2%, place that in, and now we just see what happens. Okay, we're in the trade now. What do? Manage 0.75. Anything past that I close. Kind of 0.75 to 1, anything around there. If you see it pushing pretty strong, let it go to the 1-to-1 and then close 75. If it's really struggling to get there, close it at 0.75. okay, if you have a trade manager, then use that to just automatically change it at 0.75, for example. Okay, they're nice big, see there you would just have let it run. So this kind of gets to the 1-to-1. We take 75% off the position, and now we're going to look for, I'm just going to go to the top of that order block just so a little bit easier to get to, and that's a 1-to-2.7. all right, so let's let this play out. Okay, it didn't get there, but it doesn't matter. We still made some money on that. And that's the cool thing about this, guys. If I'm taking 75% off my position, anything after 0.75, and then it still stops me out, I don't move my stop. I leave my stop. On this, I'll still be making around $500 or $600, guys. So I'm still moving forward, even if it goes up and hits my stop. And the cool thing is this is considered as a win. It's not a losing trade because I take money. It's not the full amount, but I'm taking money. So it's not a losing trade, and psychologically, that really, really helps. Okay, so let's go to the next one, guys. Go to the next Silver Bullet session. All right, I like this, looks good. Overall, we are kind of pushing up, but we have got these buy sides. So let's just see what price does. Looks like it is going to go up and push. Now when this hits very early, guys, you can't look for your change of character. If we have a change of character now, we essentially will just have to wait till some of the sell sides are taken, but on the 5 minutes. So the sell side is this bottom one. So don't look at this one, guys, okay? So at the moment, I am still looking at structure. Essentially, I want this to be broken. If this breaks within my time window, then we're good to go, okay? So that has pushed up. We now have a new structure point that we need to be broken. So you just keep moving that point up. Now, again, I would say that's over there because we had a little retracement. Now, you could consider that, but it's too small. All right, so let's have a look. So we had this push down, push up. So essentially we have broken structure right over there. This is a riskier trade, but let's just take it, guys. I'm going to look at a short from there, my thing to the top, and I'm just going to look at this liquidity, which is perfect. It's a 3.7. Let's place this order in. I mean, this one has got potential to move up. Okay, we have tapped in already, guys. So let's just see where our 0.75 is. So anything past that, I'm going to remove this now because we don't need that. Anything past there. So essentially I have tapped in, because the other ones I took a little bit more. I'm going to take it off here. Or do I leave it to go a touch more? No, you see, I would have actually tapped out there because it was kind of rejecting on that thing. So I'm going to close that 75%. The 0.75, it's a little bit less, but it's fine. Okay, we would have got there anyway. And now where are we looking for? We're going to look for that sell point. So I'm going to just keep it there. Let's see what happens. Oh, lovely. What a trade. What a trade. I mean, those are the ones you just want to see. Perfect. We are already on 107,101. Okay, so that it is going extremely well with this challenge. So let's go to the next window. Okay, all we're doing is waiting for a sweep of liquidity, which we have just got. I just want to see, we are kind of pushing up higher. So let's just see, where do we think price is going to go? If we have a strong change of character, we are going to take that. But it needs to be a very, very, very decisive move. We still have a lot of potential to move up here, guys. Okay, we've now broken that. So now I'm going to start looking at a shift in character here, guys. I'm not going to take that as a thing. It's too weak a candle. Okay, we now have that break. So I am going to look at this. It's not a body break. So if it's not a body break and it's just a wick breaking your structure, that could be seen as a little liquidity sweep, guys. So be very careful of those. Okay, now we have break, and now we are looking for our trade. So we're going to go to that top liquidity. There we go. Stop up there, and we're going to go all the way to the bottom over there. Okay, so let's place our order in 2%. Nothing changes there. Keep it simple, guys. Okay, we are in the trade, and now we're looking for that 0.75, which is about there. So anything past there, we close our 50%. Okay, first losing trade, guys. Okay, that's fine. It's going to happen. We're going to lose some. And I always said this trade was a little bit riskier because I felt like it was still going to be moving up. So at least I know my kind of trade was a little bit riskier. I understand that. So that's all good. Goes in with my psychology. All right, let's go to the next silver bullet. There we go. Okay, so we've got some liquidity low. We've got some liquidity high. I'd love to see the high taken. Will we get that though? Okay, we've had a lot of low taken. So let's look for our sweep. I mean, our change of character, which I honestly don't think we are going to get. No, so no change of character within our time, guys. So we do not trade, and it is a no trade day, which is actually surprising. We've only had one. The video I did yesterday, we had like the first week we traded, we had no trades in the whole week. So that is going to happen sometimes. Okay, big liquidity sweep there. Go to the 1 minute, and we wait for our change of character. Okay. We've had another push down, so we are essentially going to be looking at that. Those are just wicks, not candle breaks. Okay, now it is. So I'm going to go all the way down to the first, or this one over here. That's going to be my entry. Let's see if we come all the way back. And then my target is going to be this liquidity. Now, if this target is taken before my entry, then I don't enter, guys, because there's no point entering a trade that no longer has a target. Think about it. Why would you enter if your target is now no longer there? Then you just, it's a higher risk setup. that changes the whole thing of your trade. Okay, come on. Let me switch to the 5 minute just so we can speed through this a bit. Okay, we're in. Go back to the 1 minute. And now what I want to do is I want to move my 0.75, which is about there. Let me just move this to where we actually entered. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, there we go, 0.75. We love it when our trades are risk-free. And now we look for, I'm gonna go for this liquidity up top there. So we're looking for taking those two. We've got a breakthrough 2 there. So I think it's possible. Let's be a little bit thingy with our trades. We don't have to be aggressive. We'll go to the 5 minutes just so we can speed this up, guys. Boom, profit taken. And we are now back up to 107,500. Lovely. Let's see, this might have gone all the way up. Yeah, but it's, you know, I don't want to be hanging into trades for too long. So sometimes it's good to just reassess where your take profit is. All right, next day, let's have a look. Okay, liquidity is taken and we go to the 1 minute. Let's just zoom in here a little bit. This is my kind of area I want to be broken. I mean, look at all those fair value gaps, guys. It's just like fair value gap after fair value gap after fair value gap. I just want to have a look at this on the 5 minute. What does that look like? Fair value gap is from, I'm just going to mark this. This is the 5 minute, start of the 5 minute fair value gap. Because it gives me an idea. So I think, you know what I'm going to do, just to make sure I kind of get into this trade, I'm probably going to go for this fair value gap like that. And then we're going to go for the top side there. Okay, so let's get into, oh, that's the wrong way. We don't want to do that. We want to buy, which one did I say? This one right there. And we're going to the top side there. All right, let's place that order. 2%, same again. Keep it simple. Okay, let's just go to the 5 minute. Now remember, if this profit target is taken, oh, that almost, you see, we might now have missed that. Okay, we're in. Let's just switch to the 1 minute. And I just want to move this to where we actually enter. We're there. 0.75 is over there. Let's see if we can actually get that. There we go, 0.75. We love those risk-free trades, guys. And now I'm going to be a little bit more passive here. We're going to go for a 2. We're going to just go for that first liquidity area, bring us our take profit back down, and let's go to the 5 minute and just let this play out. Okay, it didn't quite go there, but it's fine. We still took some money. We're on 108,000. You would have essentially at this point passed any of the prop firms that have an 8% target, true Forex funds, etc., etc. So think about that, guys. We would have actually passed our phase 1 on any of those, but we are talking about FTMO. So we got to keep trading. Now, I am going to show every single setup, guys. And the reason I'm doing that is because you guys asked for it and you said that you want to see all of the setups play out, okay? Because the cool thing about that is you have control. You have control. You can go skip forward if you want, just to look at the results. Or if you want to see every trade play out. This is going to be one of those trading days that has no trade because there was nothing to the look left. It's just nothing. There's nowhere to go. So it's too risky. I leave those trades alone and we go to the next day. Again, guys, we are just pushing up high here. So even if we hit that, you know, we're pushing up so strong. It's going to be 2 days in a row that we've just got to let go. And that's okay, guys. You know, a missed trade is not a missed opportunity or a trade that you don't trade because the opportunity was never there in the first place. Think about that, guys. Now we have buy side and sell side. So sell side is taken. So we now switch to the 1 minute. Let's just zoom in a little bit here. So we essentially now need this to be broken. All right, move this down now. It's this now. Just got to keep following price, guys. It's now this. Just keep following, keep following. Okay, it's now this. And we're going to get a trade. As long as we have the setup. The setup, we don't have to enter the trade in that 10 to 11. We just have to get the setup, guys. Okay, so no setup, unfortunately, guys. So we have got to go to the next day. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, we've had that new sell taken. We switched to 1. What are we looking at here? I'm going to take that just because the other one is a little bit... Yeah, you see why? That was not a high for me. That was the high. So I needed that to be broken and it wasn't. So again, guys, that is not a break. It's not a clean break. I needed to break with the body. Okay, now it has. So now I can go down to the... That has been filled already. So the next one is this one. And I am going to go... I'm going to play this a little bit more aggressively. I'm going to go to the bottom of that. because it's already been filled, and that's going to be my target over there. So this might be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, if you want to be more passive, you take your stop to the low there. So let's place our order, 2%, save that, and let's see how this goes. This has hit my target, guys. So essentially, I want to be out of this trade. It hits that one as well. Like I said, if there's no more target, why are we staying in the trade, okay? It sucks, but you've got to do that, because the amount of times I've hung into a trade, even when the target is taken, and then I end up just losing. So there's no point. So it's fine that we are taking it a little bit longer here, guys. Missing some trades. There you can see, guys, you can see, okay, it came down, and it would have just, okay, we might have got our break even there. We might have got the take profit, but I wasn't willing to stay in that. I've seen it go against me too many times, okay? So I am going to take this. Sometimes you've got to look at your own thing. Like this right here, for me, I'm going to look at this as a definite liquidity point. So it hasn't drawn it up yet. Has it yet? No, still hasn't. So it has now been taken. I'm just going to remove that. And now we switch to the 1 minute. This is pushing down quite strong, so it'll be interesting to see if it comes back. I need that to be broken. We can now essentially look at this. It's not a strong, not extremely strong structure. We have got a break. Let's see if we get something here. A little bit riskier, this one, just because the structure wasn't super clean. Place order. Alrighty, let's save that. Okay, and right, there we go. We are in. We're looking for our 0.75 about there. Unlucky. It was a riskier trade. I said that, guys. I think I'm trying to force a trade now, and that just shows that you shouldn't try and force trades. If it doesn't look good, only take the good setups, guys. Down, back down, man. All right. Oh, hold on. I've not gone to the right place. There we go. Okay, we've had a sweep, and we go to the 1 minute. We now essentially need this all the way down here, this down here to be broken. Okay, now we are looking at, I would say probably that. Now we are looking at that. Oh man, this is moving up strong. Looking at maybe that, looking at that. I don't think we're going to get a trade here because it's moving up too strong. So essentially we had an up, a down. That could have been seen as a break, but for me, I'm a little bit wary of those. Okay, it's all down. But I mean, if you entered off that push down, that would have actually been a good trade. We missed it. Is what it is. We go to the next day. How long are we looking here? 34 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, we've swept that low. 1 minute. What are we looking at here, guys? We want this to be broken. Can we get it? Now we want this to be broken. Can we get it? Not quite. We now want this to be broken. Actually, it's this. Okay, no trade. Those days suck, but it is what it is, guys. Don't force the trades. Go to the next. Where are we sitting in terms of day 23 June? Still fine. Okay, nothing there, guys. It came too late. You could have taken that there, but it's, you know, with that move there, it was too risky because, you know, price could always have just kept pushing up to there. So it was too risky. Let's go to the next day. Okay, no trade there, guys. Nothing broken. We should have rather pushed up, or that was what I was hoping for, but it didn't quite pan out. Okay, so let's go to the next day. What have we got? I'm now going to take this as my new break. If that breaks, that's going to be, I've got to be careful of that one though, because okay, no trade again, guys. So it did give me that anyway. So we've had quite a few days, guys, no trades, and that's going to happen sometimes. You know, if you want to take a trade every day, then you've got to look at maybe like 3 or 4 pairs to see if you can get a trade on one of the pairs. Okay, big push down. Let's see if we can get a change of character here, guys. So we are looking at this up there at the moment. Okay, now we are looking at this essentially. Now we are looking at this. Come on, give us a setup at least. Give us a setup just before. Come on, come on. Man, no setup. All right, let's have a look here. So I will be looking at these to be broken, guys. I know there's not a thing, but I want to see that. Okay, we've had that broken. So I'm going to look at the 1 minute and see if we get a change of character here. It has to be within our... So we were looking at this right there, which we have just had. And the only thing we've got is this one right up here. So I'm going to be looking at this order block instead because it's a little bit lower. It's better. It's at a better price. Actually, there's this order block here that's been untapped. So I'm going to be looking at that. And then wrong one again. I'm going to be looking at that, and then I'm going to be going to the bottom there, and then my target is going to be all the way up here. 12 to 1. Damn. All right, let's see that. Place order. It's not a stop. It's not a market. It's a limit. Save that. All right, let's have a look here. Oh man, has it gone without us? Maybe we should have taken that. Let me go to the 5 minutes, see if we get entered. If it gets to 4 o'clock on the same day, guys, 4 p.m., I don't take the trade. Okay, we are in now. I'm just going to move this all the way to there. And then we're going to go to the 1 minute because we want to get into our... Man, this is a big trade. Check out this trade. Way. I'm going to come to 0.75. 0.75 is over there. Okay, so anything over that, I'll be out of this trade. All right, there we go. That's good enough for me. Let's close 75%. And now we can reassess. I'm going to go for this top buy side over there. That's still a 4. That's good. I'm happy with that because that 12 to 1, I mean, we're going to be here for ages. So let's switch to the 5 minutes and see how she goes. Okay. And news took us out there, so that's fine. So we now go to the next session. So I'm going to look at that as a take of the high. Was a little liquidity sweep there. So let's see if we get some kind of market structure shift. Taking these liquidities on the way up. So it's building. Do we have a turn then? Just going to keep moving this along. Keep moving this with price. That hasn't actually, for me, that's not quite there yet. Okay, now it is. Now it definitely is. We've tapped into that. So we essentially have to be looking at, I'm going to go to that point there. Stop up there, and our take profit is going to be this liquidity over there. Place that order, 2%. Let's go. Okay, we're in. Let's check where our 0.75 is. It's about over there, which is perfect. We've just tapped that. Risk-free. We love these trades. And now I'm going to stick to that target, guys. I'm going to stick to that. Let's go big, maybe a little bit less, just so we can make sure we hit it. And that is a, what is that? Okay, perfect. Let's go to the 5 minute and see if we can actually get this. So it's kind of struggling a bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, would have gone all the way down. Dang it, man. Okay, but with that, guys, we are $500 away, okay? We got close, and then we had a little bit of a setback, but it's okay. You've just got to keep trading. Let's go to the next day. All right, this is looking good. Can we hit those buy side? We do. Let's go to the 1 minute. We might search a little bit higher for some more power. So at the moment, I need this down here to be broken, guys. A lot of, look at that sell side liquidity, man. There's a lot there. Okay, now we've had a big push up. Like I said, price is probably still going to push for those few higher ones. We need price to come all the way down, which it does. Okay, perfect. So let's go have a little look, see where is our, right over there. Okay. So I am going to go for quite a big stop, but the thing is we only need $500, guys. So I'm going to just push down for maybe a 2 to 1. I'm going to place this order, and I'm essentially just going to close out everything when we have $500, okay? So let's just keep an eye on that. Let's go to the 5 minute. 5 minute. You can see that on the 5 minute, that was the point there. Okay, we are in. There we go. I'm closing the whole position, guys. You can see that's all we needed to move. We just needed, and it's close to our 0. No, it's not really. Our 0.75 is about there. But I don't need that. All I need is that. We're going to close 100% of that. And just like that, guys, FTMO phase 1 passed, okay? We have done that. Now I'm going to go back over and go to the analytics so I can show you all 3 of them and look at how consistent this has played out. Every single data set that I've chosen. Let's just see if this would have played out to the, yeah, it would have got to our 0.75 where we would have been risk-free. And I probably then would have looked at just taking, let's see, maybe a 1 to 2 to the bottom of this. Would we have got that? Let me just go to the next day. Yep, we would have definitely hit our target. Lovely to see that that would have played out anyway. So there we go, guys. Let's just switch back to the results, the analytics, the meat, and let's have a look. So this is the one we've just taken, guys. You can see from the 5th of the 6th, from the 5th of June till the 15th of July. We didn't trade that long. Analytics, what is our win rate? I think it was pretty good. 80%, guys. There you can see 80% win rate. You love to see it. Total winners 8, total losers 2. Max average loss streak is only 1. Lovely, lovely. So we traded, so almost a month. We almost traded the full 30 days. And you can see how close we came in the first month, guys. 9.51%. And then we had a lot of no trade days, guys, and that's going to happen sometimes. And you can choose if you want to just stick to the one pair or if you want to trade a couple pairs. So you can essentially put in your Euro USD, you can put in GBP USD, you can put in NAS 100, you can put in S&P 500, watch them all and maybe try and take up the easiest or the best looking setup to try and get a trade every day. But before you do that, I would essentially go back and test every single pair that you're looking at doing that with. So if you wanted to get into a trade every day, you probably could by looking at maybe like 3 or 4 different pairs. Maybe still some days you might get nothing. But that's okay, guys. Don't force trades. It's really important to just be patient, guys. Be patient, let the setups happen, and then take those trades, okay? So as you can see, guys, this was the set we just randomly picked. We picked a date, and we got 80%. We passed FTMO, right? Now, I'm not going to do phase 2 because what I'm about to show you is that of the 3 data sets that I've taken, which are all recent dates, the last one was from the 21st of August until the essentially the 30th of September, but I don't think I used the full month. Let's look at those analytics. 72% win rate, guys. We had 8 wins, 11 losses. We had 2 losing streak. That was it. So, you know, you don't see much more than that. I very rarely will take more than 2 losses in a row. And there you can see again, guys, a lot of no trade days. It is what it is. We went 4 and 6, but the 4 was taken literally at the end of the month. So that was another FTMO challenge passed. Okay, so let's look at the other one. Then you guys, if you watched my quit your job in 90 days video, that was this data set over here. And you guys would have also seen that this was actually 100%. I think it was only 4 trades, or was this not? Was this another one? No, maybe it wasn't. So this was another data set. So again, 76%, anywhere between that 70 and 80%, you guys can see. Again, average losing streak, only 1. And just like that, we hit the target, okay? So let's go back. I think, was it that one, FTMO? So maybe we got 4. Maybe we've actually got 4. So was that one, what is the recent one? Was this just something else I was messing around with? Okay, no trades. Haven't done that yet. So, okay, guys, so there you can see 3 different data sets. I know you guys didn't see the other one, but you probably would have seen it in the video. If you watched the Quit Your Job in 90 Days, it was exactly the same trading setup. It was exactly the same trading management. Now, if you guys don't want to manage it this way, if you just want to take your full profit, do that, but test it first. But for me, psychologically, this has been a game changer, that waiting for the 0.75 point to be hit. If it's pushing strong, wait till that 1-to-1, take off 75% of the position, and then you just reassess where your take profit is, and you just let it run to that, guys. 3 from 3 FTMO phase 1's passed, guys. Why FTMO? Why do I choose FTMO? Because FTMO is probably one of the harder to pass because it's that 10% target, okay? So if you can do it on FTMO, you can do it any of the others. And you actually saw that I would have got the pass on any of the ones that have 8% a lot sooner. So there it is, guys. Take this to the FTMO challenge. Test it on GBP USD, test it on NAS 100, test it on US 30 if you want, test it on S&P 500. So test it on all of those, guys, because, you know, it's something that has a lot of potential, guys. And I'm actually going to be taking the FTMO trial next week. So I will give you an update video next week about how that goes. I know a lot of people were asking me to start the scalping setup. I haven't started that yet because there's a few things I've just got to sort out before I do that, but I will be looking at taking the trial with that first. I would always suggest take the trial first. If you've got a strategy that you like the look of, go to FTMO, start a trial because there's no risk there, but you get to trade in the real scenario, the real data, the real live market, so you get to actually feel what it feels like to be in and out of trades. I would highly recommend taking the FTMO trial, and then if you feel good, move on to a challenge. So I'm going to be doing that. Trial is next step with this exact strategy. And if we get that pass, I will be doing this with the full 100K challenge. And the thing is, like, if you pass your FTMO and you get to a funded, you don't have to trade this aggressively. I mean, you guys saw that I very rarely went into drawdown. I don't think I ever went below the 100K. You might take your first trade as a loss and you will drop down. Don't let that hit you psychologically. Remember, the data's there. But I don't know, you know, I might start by trading it at 1%. And once I get to like 2 or 3% over, depending on how long it's taken, if I'm nearing my 2 weeks, then I might just take that. Or at that point, I might switch to the 2% risk and try and push for that 5, 6, 7, 10%. So I'll see how it's going. You know, either you take your profit at the first 2 weeks, which would be probably a good thing to do, whatever your profit is. Yeah, I would actually suggest that if you do get to your funded, take your funded account, use 1% risk, get your payout, get to the first 2 weeks. I'm not sure with FTMO, you might have to trade the full month. So let's see. Yeah, so I think get your payout first, get your first payout, no matter what it is, and get your refund. And then you essentially are risk-free with your account as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do make sure that you hit the like button, and also subscribe if you haven't and you enjoy these kind of videos. I know they're a bit longer, but you guys did ask me to actually trade every single setup. I did do that, and I am going to do that with every strategy video that I do from now on. I'm going to be showing you all the trades, so you know, you guys can't question that I'm cherry picking. I randomly chose the date. You know, I don't know what else I can do. You know, at the end of the day, I don't have to prove it. I'm just bringing you guys something. And if I do, when I take my challenge and I do get a funded account and I'm getting the payout, then you guys will see that I'm not you know, cherry picking that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, you know, comment. What else do you want to see? Do you want to see anything else? What do you want me to do in terms of, I know I'm going to take the challenge, but give me suggestions. What videos would you like to see? All right, we will catch you guys very soon, and happy trading. Bye for now.